And you're still on the Be Bold Show, and you have missed quite a lot if you just joined us. First, we had the Mifri Ghana t-shirts.
And of course, we looked at the roti dolls that speak all these local dialects.
Now, our next guest was purely conceived right here in Ghana. Let's take a look.
In 2009, when a local manufacturer made a pair of shoes for me, I took it to work and my colleagues were interested. They didn't believe it was Ghana made. Then they ordered a pair from me, one after the other. So then I realized it was an opportunity. But before then, I had my one-day dream that one day I would build a vocational training institute, train people, and they would produce so that we sell to the Ghanaian community. Because I have realized that the Ghanaian didn't really care where the products were coming from, provided it was of top quality. So when that shoe idea came, then I realized that my future was now. Then I took advantage of it. That is where I started one of several businesses that I intend doing.
Why shoes?
Why shoes? Everybody wears shoes. I mean, I think for me it was an opportunity I identified, and I took advantage of it. You know, I am motivated basically by two things. One, to create employment for the young guys who have learned the skill and artisanship in shoemaking, and two, to create a product by ourselves and for ourselves.
And why is Ghana so important for you? I mean, you could have taken your idea and taken it to China or to Malaysia or to any country where they develop these shoes. Why did you decide to stay in Ghana?
Well, I have always believed that whatever is happening anywhere in the world can happen here. And this is where I'm from. It doesn't excite me to see kids selling on the streets. And instead of sitting and nagging and complaining and lambasting government, I think that I can also contribute in solving the problem. So that is my contribution in solving the societal challenges that we are confronted with.
So I can see you as a social entrepreneur.
Sure, certainly, because I am creating employment for young people.
In setting up, what has been for you the biggest challenge that you have faced, or challenges that you have faced?
Well, I mean, I'm sure my challenges are not quite different from the challenges of even successful entrepreneurs now. The issue has always been doubt from within yourself and family and friends, especially with my education background with a degree. People didn't understand why I said I wanted to do shoes. You know, you tell people that, oh, now we are doing shoes, and they are like, what, are you crazy? You know, that was one bit of it. Then, of course, the financial aspect. As I sit here now, Horseman is growing steadily, but then I have not gotten the required, investment, the required finances. A couple of artisans getting the right skill and the right attitude, person, human resource in general. Of course, state institutions do not readily support young people, tax, going to register your business, a whole lot of frustration. But then I believe that in this situation, people have made it, okay? So why don't you belong to the few who have made it rather than just sit aloof and say it is difficult? Indeed, it is difficult, but in that same situation, people survived and are successful.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to just take you back because I understand that you do not actually produce your shoes in Accra.
Yes.
We always think that everything is happening in Accra, but you produce somewhere else. Can you just tell me where you produce and why you
I have two small workshops in Kumasi. Yeah, and Kumasi, because Kumasi is where we have skilled labor. Kumasi is where we have raw materials in abundance. And setting up, I started from my father's property. He has a property in Kumasi, and of course, that's where I could have a rent-free, location. That's how come I am set up in Kumasi for now.
Mm-hmm. And what materials do you use to produce your shoes?
For the men's shoes, we use genuine leather. Then we have other shoes that we use old suit fabric. Yeah, and recently we've introduced female shoes. So we made the female shoes out of we make the female shoes out of fabric, our own GTP wax and kente. Then we do leather and as well as suede.
What is the importance of leather, though?
The importance of leather.
I mean, why not a synthetic shoe? Isn't that a lot cheaper?
Yes, it's a lot cheaper, but they want to give value for money. I remember my teacher told me that cheap things are costly. Because if you use a synthetic leather, then you have to dispose it off within the shortest possible time to get a new one. So get the genuine leather, then you wear it for a long time and you save money.
Do you have competition in Ghana?
Well, I must say that when it comes to local footwear manufacturing in Ghana, there is no competition. We are all startups, okay? And competition has always been the foreign brands and, of course, China. There is no one clear-cut leader in Ghana here that a consumer would wake up one day and say, I am going to buy XYZ shoe. You understand? But I understand there are a lot of young people coming up with various brands. And I look forward to an exciting market where we will compete favorably, and it brings innovation, creativity, and the customer will always be the winner, because we have to work hard to win their confidence. But as at now, the market is very open. Well, as it stands now, the vision of Horseman Shoes is to be the biggest employment organization in Ghana, and also the biggest in terms of brand preference within Ghana and the sub-region. So going forward, in the next 10 years, we are looking to employ people in the regions of thousands, several thousands of people. And also we foresee that we will open outlets at the various cities across the sub-region. And I think that is the time that I can afford to take a vacation at the Cayman Islands, as I have read in John Gresham's books, you know. So basically it's about employment creation and also creating a strong brand that represents Africans and for Africans. Well, yeah, I mean, I got these opportunities because I didn't be like several of university graduates looking for employment, because I took the initiative, because I was bold and took the initiative. I have had the opportunity to travel around and been on high-profile conferences, met high-profile people that ordinarily I would read about them in the news or see them on TV. Now I have the opportunity to go to them to do a lot of discussion, and I believe it is because I started something. Like 10 years ago, I wish I knew what it takes to start a business. I mean, it's something that I even say that if I knew 1/10 of what I know now when I was in school, I would have been a different person. And this is knowing that when you want to do something and you perceive and think about it and you chase it, it will work. So 15 years ago, if I knew, I would have written my goals on a board, a vision. I would have had a vision board, look at it every day and chase it. But hey, it's not too late.
And you keep learning till you're 50,
yeah, 50
or 100.
100, you know.
God willing.
Sure.
Tony, we're sitting here right now with some fabulous shoes. They smell like pure leather. Can you just tell me, what is this material on top of it?
This patent leather, but locally we will say it's mirror shoes, because
because you can see yourself.
Because you can see yourself, but the technical name is patent leather, and this is suede leather.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, I mean, how do you come up with the designs?
Well, the designs, see, we can't do anything new, so we reinvent old designs. And I also encourage my customers to bring their own designs, so we manufacture for them. We want to encourage the creativity in individuals.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
and then you're saying that you haven't really started girls' shoes yet, but I'm seeing a few fabulous girls' shoes right here. These
are samples. We are testing the market and the response.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. I'm so impressed with what's happening. And I mean, leather is important, right?
Sure. I mean, it is important because of our weather here. You know, our weather here is hot. Then our surface is very rough. So you need to protect your feet.
Yeah, you need good shoes that can like absorb.
Exactly. That can really protect you from the harsh weather and then the rough terrain.
These shoes, they're so well made, and what I love about it is that you've actually made them very affordable.
Sure.
I mean, the average shoe will go for, how much are you looking at?
90 cedis for the average shoe. That is what I make for the young professional, the guy who works at the bank, the telcos, the insurance companies, and young entrepreneurs.
And the shoes are strong, and like you said,
cheap things are costly.
Thank you. Cheap things are costly because this is a shoe.
You buy a shoe.
It can go on for a few years before you feel like, oh, you need to buy a new one.
Well, first and foremost, I would say that Me personally, I believe in this country. I believe in Ghana. I believe that there are a lot of opportunities around. Just sit down and identify what you want to do. And I also believe that every individual has something good the world is looking for. So you as an individual, look within yourself. What can you do and pursue your dream? It is very difficult, yet people made it. So burn all the bridges and chase your dream.
Well, like he said, he's really trying to set up a factory. And what I thought was interesting is that he's in Kumasi. It's not always in Accra that things happen.
Imagine. And the shoes are affordable, aren't they?
They really are. They're for startups, you know. He doesn't really feel like he has any competition within the market because it's pretty cheap. And they look strong.
Looks strong, well done. I mean, he has his own website. It looks really good. That was it from Horseman Shoes. I love them, absolutely. Let's take a break. We'll be back in a moment with some more stories.
Still to come, a bee's life after the break.
Tell the masses what's your innovation.